Have you ever felt that profound and specific kind of exhaustion? It's not the tiredness you get from a long day of work. It's a soul-level weariness that settles in after you've tried, with all your heart, to explain something true and essential about yourself to someone else, only to be met with a polite, vacant smile. You see it in their eyes, the slight disconnect, the well-intentioned nod that doesn't quite land. You've just tried to hand them a universe, and they've accepted it like a pamphlet they'll never read. In that moment, the space between you feels vast, like a silent canyon. You are speaking a language only you know, describing the intricate architecture of a city only you have ever seen. It's like trying to recount a dream. You remember the feeling perfectly, the strange gravity, the impossible colors, the overwhelming sense of meaning. But when you try to use words, they crumble. The words are too small, too solid, too ordinary. They can't hold the magic. So you are left with a clumsy, hollowed-out version of your experience, and a deep, quiet loneliness, even if you're sitting right across from someone you love. This is the quiet suffering of the human heart, the constant draining effort of translating our inner world for an audience that might not have the capacity or even the desire to understand. We spend so much of our life force in this translation booth, carefully choosing our words, softening the edges of our truth, and curating our own stories so they are more easily digestible for others. But here is the central paradox, a fundamental rule in the way reality is structured. We are desperately trying to gain something from the outside world that can only, and has only ever, been generated from within. We are asking other people to validate an experience they did not have. We are looking for a mirror in another person's eyes, hoping to finally see ourselves, without realizing that we are the source of the light they are meant to reflect. Think about it. It's like asking someone else if you are hungry. It's like asking them to describe the taste of an apple that only you are eating. Your inner reality is yours alone. It is your sacred, sovereign territory. No one else has the map. No one else can tell you if your landscape is real or beautiful or worthy. To ask them to do so is to misunderstand the very nature of existence. You are the sole authority on your own life. This relentless need to be understood isn't just a quirky habit or a sign of insecurity. It's a deep, powerful force that quietly shapes the architecture of your life. It dictates what you share and what you hide. It influences the career you choose, the people you spend time with, and the dreams you allow yourself to pursue. It's the subtle pressure that makes you say, "It's fine," when it's not fine. It's the whisper that tells you to downplay your excitement about something niche and strange because others might find it weird. It's the editor in your head that rewrites your own history to make it a more cohesive, less messy narrative for public consumption. Each of these small acts of self-editing is a brick in the wall of a prison you are building around yourself. You are not just hiding parts of your story, you are hiding parts of your soul. You begin to believe that the curated, edited, approved version of you is the real you. The parts you've hidden away, the strange insights, the unconventional desires, the raw vulnerabilities, start to feel like shameful secrets. Over time, you can become a stranger to yourself, an actor who has been playing a role for so long that they've forgotten their own name. You look in the mirror one morning while brushing your teeth and you see a competent, successful, well-liked person, but you feel a pang of unfamiliarity. Who is this person who navigates the world so skillfully? Where did the wild, curious, unapologetic being go? It went into hiding because it learned a long time ago that its existence needed to be justified. It learned that its worth was conditional, pending approval from an external committee. This is an old way of being, a survival pattern left over from a different era of human consciousness. It was once necessary to be understood by the tribe to survive. Your very life depended on fitting in, on being a predictable and accepted part of the whole. But the world has changed. The way everything works is changing. We are no longer just members of a physical tribe. We are nodes in a vast network of consciousness. And in this new architecture, the most valuable thing you can offer is not conformity, but your unique, untranslatable authenticity. The exhaustion you feel is a signal. It's your own spirit telling you that the work of constant translation is no longer required. It's a call to come home to yourself. The need for others to understand you is a cage, albeit a comfortable and familiar one. Its bars are forged from the fear of judgment, the fear of loneliness, and the deep mistaken belief that your reality is not valid until someone else signs off on it. We see this everywhere. In the way we craft the perfect social media post, hoping the likes will confirm our happiness. In the way we rehearse a difficult conversation, trying to find the perfect sequence of words that will force the other person to see our point of view. We treat understanding as a destination, a prize to be won. If we can just explain it well enough, if we can just be articulate enough, then we will finally get the prize of acceptance. But what if understanding isn't the prize? What if the prize is the freedom that comes from no longer needing it? What if the true connection we crave doesn't come from being perfectly explained, but from being perfectly, unapologetically present in our own skin? The architecture of reality doesn't reward performance. It rewards resonance. It responds to what you are, not what you are trying to be. And the first step to embodying that truth is to lay down the heavy burden of having to make sense to anyone but yourself. It is the beginning of a profound and quiet revolution, one that starts with the simple, courageous act of letting yourself be. Just be, without apology or explanation. This is the threshold you are standing on right now, the choice to stop explaining and to start living, to stop seeking validation and to start inhabiting your own truth so fully that it needs no defense. This is not about becoming arrogant or shutting others out. It's about changing the direction of your gaze, from outward to inward. It's about becoming your own anchor, your own witness, and your own most trusted companion. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So what happens when you stop trying? What happens when you put down the heavy tools of translation and simply allow your inner world to exist, unexplained? At first, it might feel terrifying. The silence you've been filling with effortful explanations will rush in, and it will feel empty. You will be tempted to pick up the tools again, to send a text clarifying your position, to re-explain yourself in a conversation, to post something that proves your point. This is the withdrawal from the addiction to external validation. But if you can sit with that uncomfortable silence, something truly remarkable begins to happen. You start to hear your own voice for the first time, not the edited for an audience version, but the real one. You begin the profound practice of becoming your own witness. Imagine you're sitting by a river. For years, you've been frantically trying to describe the river to people on the other side of a thick forest. You shout about the color of the water, the speed of the current, the shape of the rocks. Now, for the first time, you just turn around and watch the river. You don't describe it. You don't analyze it. You simply witness it. You feel the cool spray on your face. You watch the light dance on its surface. You notice the way a single leaf is carried downstream. In that moment of pure witness, you don't need anyone else to confirm that the river is real. Your experience of it is total and complete. This is what it means to validate yourself. It's a quiet, internal act of full attention. And here is where the architecture of reality reveals its elegant mechanics. When you stop performing, when you stop generating all that noisy, effortful energy trying to manage other people's perceptions of you, your own presence becomes incredibly clear. Think of it like a radio signal. Your constant striving to be understood creates enormous amounts of static. People can't hear the music because the noise of your trying is too loud. They don't receive the core of who you are. They receive the scrambled broadcast of your anxiety about being accepted. They feel your need, not your essence. But when you become your own witness, when you accept your own inner reality as valid, the static cuts out, the neediness vanishes. Your energy field becomes coherent. You start to radiate a clear, clean signal of who you are, without any words at all. You've felt this before in other people. Think of someone you know who is truly, deeply at peace with themselves. They might not be the most talkative person in the room. You may not even understand their life choices. But being around them feels good. It feels calm. It feels real. You trust them instinctively. What you are sensing is not their perfectly articulated life story. You are sensing their coherence. You are feeling the alignment between their inner world and their outer expression. There is no static. They are not performing for you. They are simply being, and their being is a powerful, silent communication that your own body understands on a level deeper than language. This is how reality responds to authenticity. It doesn't need a resume or a detailed explanation. It responds to resonance. When you are resonant within yourself, the world around you can finally feel who you are. This leads to the most beautiful and unexpected outcome, the very thing you were chasing so desperately. True connection begins to find you. When you were trying to be understood by everyone, you were broadcasting a generic fuzzy signal, hoping someone, anyone, would tune in. It was an act of hope, but not of precision. When you stop and just become yourself, your unique, specific frequency rings out into the world, and it will be heard, not by everyone, no, but by the right people, by the other instruments that are tuned to harmonize with your specific note. True connection is not born from perfect intellectual understanding. It is born from a recognition of resonance. It's when you meet someone and there is a sense of ease, a feeling of coming home, even if you've just met. You don't need to explain your entire past to them for them to get you. They feel you. They see you. Not because you presented a flawless case for your own worthiness, but because you were simply present in your own being, and your being was a truth they could recognize. You stop auditioning for friendships. You stop trying to prove your value in relationships. You simply show up as you are and allow what is meant for you to find you. The connections that form in this space are not based on performance or mutual neediness. They are built on a foundation of two whole, sovereign beings choosing to share their presence with each other. You become seen without ever asking to be. This is the secret. The universe mirrors you. When you spend your life looking into other people's eyes for a reflection of yourself, you will always see a distorted image. But when you learn to see yourself clearly, with love and acceptance, the whole world becomes a mirror, reflecting that same love and acceptance back to you. The people who misunderstand you will gently fade into the background, not out of anger, but because they are simply not on your frequency. And the people who are meant to see you will appear, drawn in by the undeniable clarity of your signal. They won't need you to translate your soul for them. They will know how to read the language of your presence. So let go of the burden. Release the jury. End the trial. Your worth is not up for debate. Your reality is not pending approval. Your feelings are not subject to a vote. You are the sole authority, the witness, and the verdict. Your job is not to make other people understand you. Your job is to understand yourself so deeply that their misunderstanding becomes irrelevant. It's not a shield against the world. It's an anchor within it. You can finally stand still, rooted in your own truth, and let the world move around you. And in that stillness, you will find a freedom you never thought possible. A freedom that doesn't shout, but whispers. A freedom that isn't fought for, but simply allowed. The freedom of simply, finally being. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "My existence is my proof." Write it as your promise. Nobody